Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Shai, by Hashem HaKadosh, the Barnes of the Apostles, and those great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to the whole flecked Israel and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Ancient Hebrew, by Hashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on lesson, and today going to go to the defiled bread and the unclean things that the devils put into the foods that we eat. That's also why it's important to study the back of the ingredients to make sure we're not eating none of this crap. Because they'll purposely put certain unclean animals into certain foods, as well as in these candies that a lot of children eat. Ultimately, in order to destroy us, man. To make us go off. It's also why these devils are not to be trusted, that they need to be taken out, man. Especially all these GMO food, the vegetables, fruits, even animals, man. You can see a side-by-side picture of the chicken back then, years back. And a picture of a chicken today, the present day, it's way bigger than before, man. Injecting these animals steroids to get bigger portions, and everybody's seen this video right here. The things that they do, artificial lettuce and all that stuff, man. Also, a lot of videos out there of rice being made of plastic and all that. Hey, we need to get out of here, man. We need deliverance, man.
For I think a decade now, have been actually making fake lettuce, fake eggs.
What I thought was even more weird, apparently they glue meat together. When you buy a steak, you think it's a solid steak, but some of the cheap steaks are actually just a bunch of different end pieces. And
it deals with chicken also. It's why it's also, you got to be careful with these fast food places. It's not even really food, man. Because you look up tons of videos of how these chicken nuggets, these hamburgers, are made, man. Once again, it's not even food. It's a bunch of just goop, for lack of a better words. Like, it's just all mixed up, man.
They have this weird glue, and they glue ends together, and they apparently do it with chicken too. I think that's why it says on a lot of chicken packets, a cheap chicken, this is 15% rib meat.
See that? Don't breathe that in.
Otherwise known as meat glue.
Stay over the top like that. We mix it up.
Then roll it and refrigerate. Ours uncooked, but cooked is another story. And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish, and chicken.
Looks like one piece of chicken. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Yep. But hard to tell, isn't it?
On the grill, it's even harder to pick.
So that's the real McCoy, nice and tender. Let's go for the meat glue. I can't tell the difference.
And chances are you're eating it on a regular basis.
Defiled, man, defiled. And it also goes to show that, hey, we're in captivity, man. But it's also going to certain chemicals and dyes and these candies, even in drinks, man. And ultimately, it's targeting your children. As children are not fully developed at young ages, and them eating these food, candies, and drinking these drinks that have these chemicals or different dyes in it can have major side effects to your children, as well as even adults, man. High doses and all that. But is red dye contributing to your child's behavior issues? You can find tons of articles of these children having tons of issues from a bunch of these candies, once again, this red dye 40, as well as many other dyes. But you see hamburger helper, these gummies, these Flintstone gummies, a lot of children also eat. Because ultimately, once again, the main goal is ultimately to destroy us, man, to take us out. That's why they heavily push this and promote this stuff, man. Fruit Loops, Gatorade, that's a heavy one. Powerade also, Doritos. Even in Skittles, man, there was a whole, I believe, a lawsuit going over the Skittles, man. That's it's unsuitable or it's like words, uneatable or unfit for consumption. That's the word. Brakta shy. With all the dyes that are in it, especially heavily in Cheetos too, man. But once again, why it's important to look on the back of these ingredients, man, to make sure we're not eating any of this unclean crap, man. Which, of course, we try the best of our ability to keep the law. We're not perfect. But that's where, grace comes in, man. Because we're not, once again, able to keep it to its 100%. And especially we're within captivity, man. All this crap, is defiled, GMO vegetables. And so all this stuff, man. And once again, we need Yahweh Shai, man. We need to get out of here. But let's get Ezekiel 4:13. Let's close this out. Don't make it a long lesson. Just a quick point. But it says in Yahweh Shemashai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. And it's all defiled, man. Even the water that we drink, man. Chemicals, no minerals, things that your body is or needs, the necessities, and things that's required, for the benefit of your body. It's not in it, man. The air that we breathe, a bunch of chemicals shot into the sky. These devils are trying to take us out, man. And hey, without Yahweh Shemashai, we would have been long gone by now, man. We would have been through. With all this crap that these devils have been doing, man. Destroying the place and the people in it, man. Specifically the Israelites, man. We're the main target, man. Let's finish off. I didn't finish off already, but then Yahweh Shemashai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. If you get the NLT version, it says, then Yahweh Shemashai said, this is how Israel will eat defiled bread in the Gentile lands to which I will banish them. We're spread across the four corners of the earth, especially Israel is mainly located over here in the Americas, man. And this is where the most just terrible things for consumption are, man. Because you can see in certain areas over there all across the world, I believe over there in England and certain locations, have banned certain foods and don't accept certain things, man. So at least over there, there's a decent what's what I'm looking for? I'm trying to find a word. If I can put words, bans on certain things, and at least a better hold on the food, for lack of better words. I'm trying to find the words, but see Job 9:24. See, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? And who is the wicked that is speaking of? Esau, Edom. He is the one in power. This is his rulership, his kingdom. And guess what? He is ruling in wickedness, man. Whereas Edom said we're impoverished. I said right here, the main point. Key word, Edom. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. They're literally called the border of wickedness. Wicked you got to be the border of it, This is the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Shemashai had the indignation forever. So showing you who the wicked that is speaking of, as well as mentioned in Genesis 27:39-40, they go into this, blessing that Esau, Edom received, which was the fatness of the earth and the sword. So going to show who's in power, the so-called white man of the day. But see, Proverbs 29:2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Who are the righteous? The Israelites. You're going to have these heathen nations, rejoice and be glad that, they're under us, that we're ruling above them, because we're going to rule the kingdom in righteousness. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You even have these heathen nations, suffering under this, devil's rulership. But it doesn't take away from the fact that they're also going to pay for the things that they have done to the children of Israel. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Even the animals are suffering in this place. But it just goes to show how terrible really this devil is in general, man. The food that they're pushing out is just, once again, it's just defiled, man. Romans 8:22 says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. This devil is destroying this place. He is the cancer of the earth, man. Glued meat, even with the chicken, the fast food places, and all that. It's not even food, man. And what's this? Why we need to get out of here, man. Pull in this charger real quick. Got I believe 2 more scriptures and we'll close it out. But the book of Sirach 12:10 said, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusts, so is his wickedness. That was not to be trusted, man. And that's why grace is also important, man. Because you may even have certain foods may have certain unclean animals in it, and we may not even know it, man. And it's also why we're not able to really keep the law to its entirety, to its 100%. We're in these corruptible bodies, this flesh which is susceptible to sin, but we're also within captivity, man. We gotta do our best, keep the law to the best of our ability, But it doesn't take away from the fact that we try our best, to keep the law, to apply it daily, Revelation 11:18 says, the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints and them that fear the name, small and great, main point right here, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who's in power today? Esau, Edom, and he needs to be destroyed, man. He is destroying this place, man. The habitats, the animals, and especially the people that's within it, man. These devils have the money. They have gold catching dust, just sitting there not being put to use. Going to show that, hey, they are the wicked, man, because they have the money to fix these problems, man. To make the world so-called better and all that. But it goes to show, once again, they're the wicked, and it's ultimately what they're set up to do, man. And I guess what they're doing a fantastic job at being the bad guy and what the Lord has set them out to do. Eating this, Ezekiel 4:17 or 13 one more time. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread. Let's get down to first one more time. Then Yahweh said, this is how Israel will eat defiled bread in the Gentile lands to which I will banish them. And it's all defiled, man. That's why we gotta be super careful on certain things that we eat. Study the back of the ingredients just to be extra careful. But pretty much at the main point. Touch on these bread dyes and these chemicals. GMO food and them creating their own lettuce and all that. These devils gotta go, man. But once again, pretty much the main point. As well as many other brothers have made similar lessons, as well as made one, I believe, a couple months ago, touching on a similar topic, going into just these devils ultimately trying to destroy us, man, putting unclean foods into many other foods, candies, targeting the children, all that, ultimately to destroy us and make us go off, to lead us away from Yahweh Shema Shai and all that. And it's why, once again, mainly, these devils need to go. So, Lord edified, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh Shai by Shem Kakadash, the ones the apostles, and also be Muslim, teaching us the truth, peace and blessings, the hope like Israel and Shalom. See you next one.